Hello, Martin.
Father,
Here we are again.
Yes. I'm about to take off, but we're going to
Okay.
get one more conversation in before I leave.
All right, let's try.
What I'm wondering about is there are all these adages that we've come to know. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If
Right.
you get knocked down, get back up again. You know, the best way to succeed is to learn to fail.
Right.
Things like that, and experience comes
It's
from
my favorite.
Yes, wisdom comes from experience, and experience comes from lack of wisdom, or
Good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment.
right. These adages all sort of focus on our professional lives, or maybe our academic lives, or they kind of have this connotation of our paths to success.
Mm-hmm.
And then that connotation, your success and your happiness are connected.
Yes, they seem to have a quality of measurement in them.
Right, exactly. And we know that that's not an accurate way of portraying life, you know, or the world, or the human experience. And because of that, so often when we do fall, it's very hard to get back up again. And we fall in so many different ways. We have physical injuries that we don't expect or anticipate that set us back, or illness, or a death in the family that is unexpected. And even when it's expected, it cuts into us deeply. Or innumerable other kinds of falls that we go through in life. And so often, it's very hard to get back up again. And we sink into depression, we sink into lethargy, we find ourselves lost, we find ourselves alone. What do you suggest from your wisdom through your spiritual path, or through your life in general? What is the best way to find the path of recovery when you've fallen and you are hurting and you need to heal and you need to eventually get back up again? What's the way to do that?
Well, the first thing I would say is you need to separate things that are final from things that are continuing. You can't do much about the death of a friend or a family member other than try to situate that in some sort of cosmic existential context. But for things that do continue, tragedies, accidents, the loss of a job, the loss of a friendship, and so forth and so on.
The loss of a limb.
The loss of a limb. I think it is better and most profitable to think about that as a recovery process, and that once the event has occurred, once you've lost the limb, once you've lost the job, once the accident is over, then everything is part of the recovery process, which is a gaining process. And it should be a process that allows you to recover and find peace and finally happiness in the process. That's easily said. So, but what can one do? And I think my answer to that, as it oh so often is in these cases, is to say, just do something. Take a step. Even if you're not sure it's the right step, take a step. Every step can be a step to recovery and completion and finally to happiness. But you have to take a step.
Right.
Is that
Yeah,
helpful?
absolutely. What about, that's perfect advice. What if you are witnessing someone else? And this is someone you love and care about, or someone that you perhaps are in a position where you might be able to help, but you're not sure how. You're right, take a step, take any step, start movement, because the only way the only thing preventing you from recovery is stagnation.
Right. Stagnation is a terrible problem.
Right. How can you help someone else?
Well, first of all, you could say, how can I help? And regardless of what that answer is, listen to it. And at least give the person the opportunity and the honor of being listened to. And if there isn't anything concrete that comes out, yes, you can help me in this way. Come back and do it again.
Right.
And give them yet another opportunity to be open or express their unhappiness. And maybe at some point you'll be able to say, why didn't you try such and such?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about this and I understand, and you're certainly right about that. It occurred to me that you might want to try. This is a wild idea, or this is the wisdom of the ages, but here's something you could try and do.
Because inviting them to speak about what they're going through, the speaking is a step in and of itself.
It's a step indeed.
Right.
And it's not only a step, it's a step that allows them to formulate the problem, to listen to themselves describe their state, and to draw their own conclusions from their own experience and their own expression.
Yeah. And I think the only thing to watch out for oneself and in helping a friend in that specific case is if they keep taking the same step over and over again, that too is a kind of stagnation.
Yes, that's right. And then as a friend, you can say, you know, I've noticed, maybe you can, etc., etc.
Thank you.
I hope that's helpful.
I hope it is too.
I hope that's helpful.